Hello.
Hi, this is Andy.
All right then. I just walked up here, so we have everyone we need. We'll find that out in a minute, I guess. Call the City of Westfield Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order for August 26, 2020. Will the staff please note the presence of quorum by calling the roll?
Like hanging.
Mayor Cook,
I am here.
Jim Ake,
Where's my volume?
Jim,
Oh crap, where's my volume?
Randy Graham,
Present.
Volume should be down here. Where's my volume?
Jim Ake, you are live. Don't cuss anymore.
Randy Graham.
Present.
We do have a quorum.
Thank you. We know Jim is here because we can hear him. So let's move forward here. Next up would be consideration of the minutes from July 22nd, 2020. Having had opportunity to review those minutes, are there any additions, corrections, or comments? Hearing none, I'll make a motion. Minutes of July 22nd.
Okay, here we go.
Presented. Do I have a second?
This is Andy. I'll second.
Thank
Randall,
you.
can
A
you,
motion made by Randall Graham, seconded by Mayor Cook to approve the minutes of July 22nd, 2020 as written. Will you call the roll, please?
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Randy Graham,
Yes.
Jim Ake.
yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good, okay, thank you.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. We will move all the way down to action item number 2, NDOT City of Westfield Local Public Agency Contract Midland Trace Trail Crossing on Cary Road.
Yes, this is the NDOT LPA contract for the Midland crossing on Cary that we were awarded federal funds for. This is just the standard boilerplate contract for us to move into construction with that project, which is right now scheduled to be bid in July of next year.
Do you have an estimated completion date on that?
It's a pretty small project, so I would guess it'll take a couple months after the bid to get the project awarded. So I would say probably fall of next year it'll be completed.
So who's speaking? Is that Michael?
Yes, this is Michael.
Yeah. Well, Michael, is there a match on this? And if so, how much is it and where's it coming from?
Yeah, this is federal funding, so we actually got 90% of PE and construction as well as inspection. So we'll only be paying 10% of the total cost. The actual construction cost, I believe, was only around $35,000. It's pretty small. The total amount we're getting from NDOT for the whole project, all phases, was about $65,000.
And
Where is our?
this is John
Where's our
Mayle. I would just add to that it was a HSIP funding, so it was a safety improvement pot of money from Federal Highway for this project.
And Mayor, this is Jeremy. We'll be utilizing park impact fees to pay our portion.
Very good. Thank you.
Is there any other discussion on this item? If none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve action item, this section item 2, NDOT and City of Westfield Local Public Agency Contract, Midland Trace Trail Crossing at Cary Road. Jim Ake.
Second by Cook.
I have a motion made by Jim Ake, seconded by Mayor Cook to approve action item number 2, NDOT and City of Westfield local public agency contract, Mental Trace Trail crossing on Carrier Road. Will the staff please call the roll?
Randy Graham,
Yes.
Jim Ake,
Yes.
Mayor Cook.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. We'll move forward to action item number 3. Vortex Aquatic Structures and City of Westfield Goods and Services Contract Splash Pad.
Yeah, thank you. This is Jeremy. This is a contract for $299,110 with Vortex to replace our existing splash pad at Quaker Park with a new amenity that will be delivered by opening of next season. Happy to answer any questions.
That was short, Jeremy. Is it my understanding we'll do the tear up, and so our city employees will be taking care of that, and that's a cost saving for us?
That is correct. We've actually already started some preliminary work, removing of fixtures and things. I apologize for the brevity. I've presented this project a few times now through council finance and ultimately council. I apologize. I should have been a little more in depth, but yeah, we did an RFP. We had 5 consultants interested, ultimately 2 designs proposed. This was the one that was selected that met all of our specifications. And yeah, we are self-performing a portion of the installation in order to save some money and keep us on budget.
Okay, very good.
Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion on action item number 3.
So moved. Andy?
I'll
I
second.
will second that motion, Randall Graham. Motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Randall Graham to approve action item number 3, Vortex Aquatic Structures and City of Westfield Goods and Services Contract Splash Pad. Will the staff please call the roll?
Jim Ake,
Yes.
Randy Graham,
Yes.
Mayor Cook.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. Moving on to action item number 4, East Street North Extension Project for Utility Reimbursement Agreement with Duke Energy Signing Authority.
Yeah, so as you guys are aware, East Street is construction, that extension through North Point is starting construction here momentarily. Duke Energy has some facilities within easements within the project limits. You may or may not be aware, but when a utility is within an easement that they have ownership of, rather than them relocating for free, we do have to reimburse them on a public improvement project. We worked with them pretty closely on this and got this reimbursement down as low as we can. It's for $39,000, a little over $39,000. We are finalizing that reimbursement agreement. It should be finalized probably next week for signature. So we're just asking for signing authority so that we can sign that and return it as quickly as possible to keep them moving on schedule.
And this is Andy, and I'll have to ask my eternal question.
Mm-hmm.
If these utilities had been properly located in the Westfield Way in the beginning, would we be having to pay to move them?
In this situation, yes. I can get into more detail, but the majority of this is due to a blanket easement that Duke owned on one of the parcels that we acquired in full as part of this project. So
Okay.
They had facilities on that property and rights to be in that location. So the short answer is yes, we'd still have to pay, even if they were properly located in the right of way.
I will always ask that question.
I understand.
Any other discussion? If none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to
So
approve.
moved, Andy.
I'll second. Jim Ake.
Have a motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Jim Ake, to approve action item number 4, East Street North Extension Project for utility reimbursement agreement with Duke Energy signing authority. Staff, please call the roll.
Randy Graham,
Yes.
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Jim Ake.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. Moving on to action item number 5, Westfield Properties and City of Westfield Road Impact Fee Agreements.
So this is the development bounded by State Road 32 to the north, Austrian Pine Way to the west, 175th Street to the south, and then a little bit further to the east would be Dartown. There's a bell tire that's being proposed at the hard corner of Austrian Pine and 32 as part of this development. This is a road impact fee credit agreement, very standard to how we've done other developments along State Road 32, in which they are required to construct the State Road 32 Greenway Trail along the 32 frontage, as well as in this particular case, a portion of the Midland along 175th Street on the south side. So this is an agreement just for road impact fee credits going towards some of these improvements that we have credited other developers in the past as well. The total amount for these improvements for this portion is just under $18,000 in road impact fee credits.
Any questions, comments, discussion?
Move to approve action item 5.
Second, Cook.
Have a motion made by Jim Ake, seconded by Mayor Cook, to approve action item number 5, Westfield Properties, City of Westfield Road Impact Fee Agreement. Will staff please call the roll?
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Jim Ake,
Yes.
Randy Graham.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. On to action item number 6. Good Group and City of Westfield on-call services agreements.
So we've had some other kind of on-call contracts with some consultants. A&F for traffic is one that comes to mind. This is an on-call agreement with the Etica Group, mainly for there are times where we need some quick-hitting survey or right-of-way staking done that we need done relatively quickly in the next week or two for sometimes utility relocations or miscellaneous items. This is just a master agreement, on-call agreement with the Etica Group for those services, and it specifies unit costs and so forth. There's no dollar amount with this contract because we don't have a task order for them at this time, but I wanted to get an on-call with them mainly so that we are set up when we need quick construction staking, that we don't need to wait for Board of Public Works approval. We can do a task order. Task orders in the future will be somewhere in the range of probably $1,000 to $4,000 for some of these quick survey type work. And so this is just the master agreement for that on-call at this time. And just to add to that, we have had a on-call survey agreement with this company in the past that has since expired.
Is this the type of agreement where there's a not to exceed, or is that not applicable on this type of agreement?
There will be, but the not to exceed will be on an individual task order basis. So this is just the master contract. If, for example, we need them to go out and stake right of way, we'll have a task order number 1, and that will have the scope of the work and an amount, which will be, again, in the probably 1,000 to kind of 4,000 range.
Are they competitive? Are the rates competitive with what you know in the marketplace?
They are, yeah, they're competitive, and they do work for NDOT, so a lot of these rates are kind of set, and a lot of these consultants have similar rates because they do work for NDOT, and NDOT oversees the hourly rates that they can charge.
Very good.
Further discussion?
I move we approve action item 6. Jim A.
Second, Cook.
I have a motion made by Jim Ake, seconded by Mayor Cook, to approve action item number 6, Medical Group and City of Westfield On-Call Services Agreement. Will staff please call the roll?
Randy Graham,
Yes.
Jim Ake,
Yes.
Mayor Cook.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. Move on to action item number 7, Legends Crossing Road Impact Fee Credit Agreement.
So the Legends Crossing, which you may know as Dartown Crossing, that was the old name of this development. It's at the northwest corner of Dartown and State Road 32. This is similar to the road impact fee credit agreement we just went through for the development just south of this location. This is another development along State Road 32 in which they'll be constructing the Greenway Trail as well as an extension of Tournament Trail as part of their development. So similar to how we've treated other developments on State Road 32, we do credit road impact fees for the construction of Tournament Trail and the Greenway Trail within the development. This is a road impact fee credit agreement, just spelling those credits out. We've worked very closely with the developer, Michael Pierce and myself, on getting this cost estimate to a point where we feel comfortable with the credit amounts. This project will be phased in two phases. Phase 1 will be on the far west side. I think there's a Barkefellers development, I believe, going in on phase 1 on the far west end of the property. So they'll build Tournament Trail in that location first, and it'll tie in with kind of the Austrian Pine intersection there. That'll be phase 1, and that phase 1 is for $365,000 in road impact fee credits. And then at a later date, phase 2 will come through and connect that Tournament Trail up to Dartown. And that phase 2 we estimate to be about $1.6 million in road impact fee credits. This is all very much in line with costs we've seen for these frontage roads in other locations.
Thank you. Are there any questions, comments, or discussion? Hearing none, I'll get a motion.
So moved, Cook.
I will second that motion. Randall Graham. I have a motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Randall Graham, to approve action item number 7, Legends Crossing Road Impact Fee Credit Agreement. Will the staff please call the roll?
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Jim Ake,
Yes.
Randy Graham.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. Moving on to action item number 8, the Academy Waterleaf Drive Road Impact Fee Installment Agreement.
Yeah, so the Kiddie Academy is a daycare that's going in at the Harmony Commercial subdivision. So that's just northwest corner of 146th and Ditch. They were assessed $162,000 in road impact fees for this development. Per the state statute, we are required to allow them to pay that in installments. And this is very similar to other installment agreements that we've done in the past. They pay 5% of the road impact fee up front at the issuance of the building permit. And then they have installments over 5 years to pay the balance of that road impact fee assessment. We do charge 3% interest. So the schedule would be they're going to pay about $8,000 at the issuance of their building permit, and then a little over $33,000 each year in August up to 2025 until they've paid off the balance of that road impact fee. This agreement, if approved, gets recorded and is recorded with the property so that if ownership changes hands or whatever, we still are able to collect our road impact fees.
This is similar to other agreements that we've seen in the past that we've done the same way, correct?
Yep, yeah, it's the exact same layout, just different numbers and a different owner.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, discussion?
Move to approve action item number 8. Jim Ake.
I'll second. Andy?
I have a motion made by Jim Ake, seconded by Mayor Cook to approve action item number 8, Kitty Academy Waterleaf Drive Road Impact Fee Installment Agreement. Staff, please call the roll.
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Jim Ake,
Yes.
Randy Graham.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. Moving on to action item number 9, encroachment application, Duke Energy, 193rd Street.
Yes, this is a proposal by Duke Energy intended to immediate need is to deliver 3-phase power to the Osborne Trails residential development that is located along 193rd Street. Ultimately, the 3-phase will go to Duke Energy's substation property there just west of Osborne Trails at the corner of 193rd and 6 Points Road. Duke is proposing 20 new poles that would be located within private easement that does align with future right-of-way. There would be 17 poles removed off the existing edge of pavement. So we'd look at moving about the poles about 75 feet off the center line of 193rd Street into a Duke easement and 25 feet off the existing edge of Spring Mill Road. They would also add 630 feet of underground 3-phase power off of Spring Mill Road.
So are you satisfied with the setback on 191st?
I am. Yeah, it will very much align with our future right-of-way, pretty much 75-foot half from the south side. And then where they're going along Spring Mill, Mayor, that's ultimately going to be at the back of the Indiana Ice Arena property. So it won't be, as I think you're aware, the Spring Mill and 191st and Horton Road realignment we already have right-of-way for. So it would not be along the roadway ultimately once we have the roundabout constructed in that area.
And I would just add that Duke has worked with us on this design and given forth a pretty good effort to locate these poles at future right-of-way. So I do appreciate their efforts in that regard.
Very good, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve action item number 9, encroachment application, Duke Energy, 193rd Street, Randall Graham.
I'll second. Jim Ake.
I have a motion made by Randall Graham, seconded by Jim Ake to approve action item number 9, encroachment application, Duke Energy, 193rd Street. Staff, please call the roll.
Randy Graham,
Yes.
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Jim Ake.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. I see that Chief Rush is on the line here, and normally we don't discuss consent agenda items, but I would give him the opportunity to speak if he would like to speak on the staff promotion portion.
I would just to give a little bit of history on it. So this process these officers are engaged in order to be promoted. Very competitive, long process for them, and it means a lot not only to them but to the agency. This process is actually monitored and managed by an outside firm out of fairness. They are given about 4 or 5 different books to prepare for a test, a written test. These books are on topics such as laws and leadership and departmental policies. A very, very competitive process. This would be the first phase of maybe 2 or even 3 phases of promotions that will be really laying out the foundation for the future of our department as we continue to grow. Creates oversight and redundancies that are very much needed at this point. So what you'll see is, to name names, Sergeant Billy Adams will be moved to the rank of lieutenant. Sergeant Rob Dine to the rank of lieutenant. Officer Tyler Doherty to the rank of sergeant. Officer Greg Marlowe to the rank of sergeant and detectives. And Officer Wade Bertrand to the rank of sergeant. Again, this is probably the first of at least one more phase, maybe 3 total. Just to give a little bit of background on it.
Thank you, Chief Rush. I would at this time, Randall Graham, a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. Jim Ake.
A motion made by Randall Graham, seconded by Jim Ake to approve the consent agenda. Will you call the roll, please?
Mayor Cook,
Yes?
Randy Graham,
Yes.
Jim Ake,
Yes.
motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. Next up are our department reports, and it looks like we have Chief Reed with us. Would you care to embellish upon your report, Chief?
Sure. Well, we don't, I guess I would say at this point, we still don't have any COVID exposures with our workforce. So that's been, that's been a very positive piece. And we just, things, I guess from a transport standpoint, we're down about 90 calls for the year, which is just going to take one event to probably catch us up there. Ambulance revenue's down probably about 15K from the previous year. So we aren't tracking too bad in those areas. And then finally, we just promoted 6 lieutenants for our, and they came aboard on August 2nd. So that's pretty much it from fire at this point. I'd entertain any questions.
Any questions for Chief Reed? I do have one thing for you. I have not met the new fire marshal. I would like to do that at some point in time. I know we're not doing a lot of actual social meeting, but at some point in time, I would like to meet the new fire marshal.
All right, we'll get somebody in contact with you, Randy, and get that set up.
Very good, thank you. Anything else for Chief Reed? All right, thank you. Chief Rush?
Yeah, the promotions have taken a lot of our energy for the last couple weeks, but we're through that now. We did hire Rafael Diaz, started on August 17th, was last Monday. He was sworn in, and so he's out in training now. So that leads us to 4 more hires to complete the 2020 number of 10. So we're moving forward with that. We have a recruiting team that leads the mission of hiring, which is unique to us. It's going really, really well. And then as Chief Reed made the comment on COVID, we've also not had any positive COVID officers. So we must be doing something right. That's all I've got.
Very good. For questions for Chief Rush? All right, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Mr. Lawler, would you care to make some comments on Public Works?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I'd like to start out with by acknowledging Ren Wader. Was a long-time street department staff member, has retired, so his last day was Monday, and Ren has served us for 10 years and done an exceptional job, and we're going to miss him. But he was ready and has moved on into retirement. So congrats to him. As far as ongoing activities, we are currently wrapping up our resurfacing program for 2020. So the biggest portion of that was the Crestview neighborhood reconstruction and repaving, and that is well underway. We're nearing halfway point on that, so it'll wrap up here in a couple weeks. Westfield Boulevard, which is our new road alignment south of Park Street, is looking really good. We've got curbs cut, and we will be moving into the paving phase here in the next month or so, and with hopes of having that open to traffic here later this late fall, early winter. So that's a good project, and it'll open up a lot of opportunity for development there. From the parks perspective, Grand Junction Plaza is going extremely well. When you're out and about, please swing by there. You'll see things really starting to take shape out there. So a lot of exciting stuff with that, inclusive of we are nearing the completion of our playground design selection. So that'll be done by the end of the week, and likely be back here in front of you all with some more detail, including the contract and the actual layout, hopefully next meeting. So, and then as we discussed earlier, the splash pad, which is one of our most popular amenities, we will start immediately with removal and replacement of that to ensure that we get that thing delivered on time for Memorial Day next week or next year opening. And then also at Quaker Park, the pickleball court installation should start this week. So that's going to be a nice new amenity out there. Other than that, it's pretty business as usual. We are fortunate also not to have any positive COVID-19 tests, at least not yet, and happy to entertain any questions.
Are you expecting snow, Jeremy?
We are not expecting snow this year, and hopefully we won't see any.
No, I mean right now. You know why I asked?
No.
Well, you
Why
have
do
a
you
plow
ask?
mounted on one of your trucks at Public Works. I thought maybe you knew something we didn't.
No, we are not expecting snow anytime soon. I'm certain it's in transition from one storage location to the next.
Okay. You had me nervous.
You might want to get the plow put on the Jeep pretty soon, I think.
Okay. So the pickleball is going to happen. I know I got some people asking me about that. I think it was going to happen a little quicker because nothing's happened. But
Yes.
you said it's going to.
Yeah, they had to delay their schedule a little bit. The surfacing, so the material that really lays out the court is very particular about temperature and dryness. So they've gotten a little bit behind schedule in a unusually wet summer. So, but yes, it is happening. They should be mobilizing this week, if not this week, early next week, and it won't take long once they get started.
Well, if my questions to you in this meeting are about snow plows in August and pickleboard courts, I'd say you're doing pretty well.
Thank you.
Anything else for Public Works? Hearing no further business, that concludes our meeting today, so I will make a motion to adjourn.
Randy, before you do that, I know you and I were supposed to talk here. I've got a couple other things I've got to take care of, so I'll try to call you at a later time or date even, so I'll get
Okay,
back
that's
to you.
fine.
Sorry. Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Jim Ake to adjourn. Will you call the roll, please?
Sorry. Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Jim Ake,
Yes.
Randy Graham,
Yes.
meeting adjourned.
Hey, I'm just
Thank
going
you
to say
all.
that.
Thank you.
Meeting adjourned.
Sorry.
Great meeting, guys.
It was nice to hear everybody's voice, so.
Sager's there? You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, I've been lurking. I had some trouble
Oh.
getting on the computer, so I